Alright, we're going to continue with a reverse engineering process. You can still consider this part as part of the initial triage. And we continue with a pbear. Pbear is a versatile little program. We're mainly looking at the P header here. And it can show you the assembly, general information about the file, like the hash, which can be useful. You can dump that into VirusTotal here, which I'll be using a little bit. And it gives you the DOS header, what each byte means. Then it gives you the file header, optional header information, the section headers. What's the main interest for us, when especially what I use pbear for, it'd be this part right here. So it looks like it's using these two DLLs, kernel 32, which has this functions. I believe we've seen this one when we're looking at the hex dump of that binary, and this one has functions like printf, string compare, and copy, malloc. So those are all of interest to us. Let's see, other programs that are similar to this one is like CFF Explorer and Dependency Walker. Those are older programs. I don't really use them. I've used them before, but it's been a while. And then there's another program that you can use if you think the file might be packed, or you know that the file is packed. You can use PEID, and it will attempt to identify what packer it was used for the file. In Linux, if you have a Linux file, you can use readelf, which is right here, and it can give you similar information. Let's see here. So here we have some functions. Okay, using printf, string compare, malloc, similar information. This is the same binary as the compile in Linux. So what else do we have here? Oh, binwalk. We can still leverage binwalk. Like I said, it's one of my favorite tools because it has a lot of different things that it can do. Binwalk-E for extract. And I gave it this other file because from last time we know that this file has other files basically embedded inside of it. And so what binwalk will do with this, it will attempt to brute force some kind of decompression and extraction methods to see if it can get those files or bytes out of that binary. And so in here it tried, and this is I'll just show you kind of what it came up with. Let's see. All right, so it came up with a few different files. All right, another thing that we can do is carving, which is sort of what this did. Carving means that we're gonna grab the bytes out of a different binary or file, basically extract those out of there, and then make a different file with those, or take a look at what those bytes might be, what they might be doing. So for that, I just ran binwalk again on this install file, and let's look at this. So at this offset, it looks like it found an image. So let's use that to our advantage. So I'm gonna use this program called HXD, and basically what it is a hex editor. Actually, it's one of my favorite ones when I'm using Windows. So with this, what we can do is open the file in here. And so since we have this offset, we can use that. So I'll copy that. And what we do is we select a block. And we're using decimal. So we're gonna go ahead and paste that in here. And then copy the next offset. This is the next offset of where you found the next file header. So then we have to paste that, and we have to do -1 on that. That should be the end of that, of that file, right? So, okay, I have some information here, and okay, that looks right to me. So let's go ahead and copy these bytes. We'll copy those, and we'll create a new file, and we'll paste. Yep. All right. So let's save this. Let me see. Okay, let's save that. Let's say file. Let's say carve file PNG, and let's see if it recognizes it as a file, as a carve file. Let's see what it is. It did. It extracted that out of it. No, that was the wrong file. I'm sorry. I misled you. Okay, it's this carve file. Here it is. Okay, so here we found this one ourselves. So that's interesting because binwalk, I don't think it found that one, but it did find a different one, right? That's kind of the other one that I opened. It was this icon. Cool. All right, but that shows you there's different methods that you can use to extract things and look at things. All right, next up, we're gonna look at VirusTotal. So with VirusTotal, they can do a couple of different things. One, you can use the information, for example, for pbear, you can run a hash on that file, hash function, and let's say we want to do this. And we can just paste the hash in here. No matches. Okay, so then the next step what we can do is we'll just throw the file up there. Here we go. It's computing the hash. Cool. Now this is interesting. So so it's something you gotta keep in mind when you're using something like VirusTotal. You gotta understand that once you put that file and you confirm the upload, that file will be shared, right? So if you're dealing with something, let's say you're doing some red team development, some red team tools, and you don't want them burned, then you probably don't want to put them up there and have those engines having a crack at it. Same thing if you're working with some, let's say, some code files or some stuff that might be, you know, if important to you, you know, that you don't want to share with the world, you probably don't want to upload that up there either, right? This is just the install file, nothing big. All right, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if he just dumped it. Okay, here he goes. All right. Okay. I think it's gonna take a while because it's a bigger file. So let's just cancel that. I'm gonna duplicate the tab, and let's try a smaller file. Let's try the file that we've been working with. All right, demo. Okay. Okay, right now what it's going to do is going to throw in all these different engines and see if it picks anything up out of it. And I'll just keep going while I'm doing that. There's another tool that I forgot to mention before when we were talking about the carving. One of the tools that I've used, I created a script using DD, which is a command in Linux. And you can use it to modify files, copy bytes, paste bytes. You can do all kinds of tricks with it. So here in my tools, I have the scripts. Oh, I actually had to open it here. So it's a little script. And basically what I did is I just used DD to like extract or gather the files out of a binary, given an offset and a size. Cool. Let's see how VirusTotal's holding. Okay, cool. So VirusTotal. Okay, so check that out. It went undetected, so it looks pretty clean. VirusTotal is a great tool. Like, so let's say if you think you might have you may be doing some malware, or you just found a funky file, you don't know what's going, what it is, what it might be. You can throw it up here and see if it picks it up. And also, if you're working with malware, you probably want to use it in like sort of what I'm doing with a virtual machine. I'll throw it in there, maybe cut off the internet access so I can start communicating out. Something to keep in mind when you're working with this kind of stuff. All right, let's see. Now we can go ahead and I think we're going to stop here for this video, and then we're going to be looking at Binary Ninja, IDA Pro, and Ghidra in our next videos. There's some other tools that are like those. It's like Hopper. I think that one's Mac OS and Linux only. There's Radare, which is like a command line based reverse engineering tool that you can use. I've used it a little bit. It's pretty powerful. It has a lot of features, but not my cup of tea when I'm doing this kind of stuff. And there's also ILSpy and DNSpy. Those are more for like .NET, C# type of stuff. It does a really good job. There's all for APK tool for like Android, but that's already beyond the kind of the stuff that we're doing here. Also keep in mind that what I'm doing is just an example, like the way I'm following the workflow. You might choose to do different things. You might, let's say you want to do just dynamic analysis right away. For example, if you're doing malware, you might want to just go ahead and throw that file in malware sandbox and see what kind of stuff it finds. You just detonate it and see what you get. Also, if you're working with malware, obviously you want to be a little bit more careful. You don't want to deploy that in your personal machine. Just a little simple safety things.